Yeah, good morning, students. So today we are continuing our first chapter of geography, and that is our India. In our last video, we discussed about the physical divisions of India, and two physical divisions we have discussed already. And in this video, we are going to discuss about our third physical division of India, and that is Southern Peninsular Plateau. Okay, south of the Ganga Plains, the triangular shaped southern plateau is also known as Peninsular Plateau. You can write Peninsular Plateau of India, or you can say Southern Peninsular Plateau, both are same. The area is marked by the Vindhyachal ranges in north, Aravalli in the northwest, and Western Ghats in the west. So, if we are talking about Venezuela, what is the actual meaning of Venezuela? The land mass, which is three side covered with water, is known as Venezuela. Okay, that is the meaning of Venezuela. So now what we are talking about? We are talking about the southern part, or the South Indian part, which is little bit narrower at the bottom, and it is three side covered with water. Okay, if you see Indian physical map, the actual shape of India is like this, that at the end, if we are talking about the South India, at last it is narrow, and three side it is covered with water, but the entire peninsular region starts from the mid of India. Okay, Madhya Pradesh we are talking about. So here it is written that Vindhyachal mountain ranges. So in Peninsular Plateau, Vindhyachal mountain ranges are located in Madhya Pradesh. Okay, and they are also known as the dividers. Divider means on the basis of Vindhyachal ranges, we divide India in two parts, like northern India and the South India. Okay, Aravalli is in northwest. As you all know that Aravalli mountain ranges are present in in North India, but it is in western side. So because of that, it is written here northwest. Western Ghats, or you can say Shyadri, in the west. In Western Ghats means the entire coastal area we are talking about. So the area which is directly in touch with sea, in west side, that particular area is known as Shyadri or Western Ghats. The depleted remains of the Eastern Ghats lies in the east. The Annamalai and Nilgiri mountains are located in its south. So Annamalai and Nilgiri mount are the mountain ranges which are located in the southern side, or in the south of India. In the rocky and the rough terrain of this region, there are many small plateaus like the Deccan and the Chota Nagpur plateau. These plateaus contain most of the mineral resources of India. Actually, we have discussed so many times what is the actual meaning of plateau. It is a land area which is little bit uplifted, but has a tableland surface on its top, that is known as plateau. And in case of Deccan and Chota Nagpur plateau, Deccan plateau area is located in the mid of India, and if we are going towards the eastern region, the Chota Nagpur plateau is there, and all the mineral resources are present in these plateau region, because these are the part of Gondwana land. And what is Gondwana land? If we are talking about the origin of earth, the earth was having different plates on its surface, or you can say on its crust. Okay, so 1 lakh 20 1 lakh 20 thousand years ago, the plates started moving and the entire continents was started moving. But the oldest land area is known as Gondwana land, and it is present in India. That particular, the region where these plateaus are present, this entire region is the part of Gondwana land, and because of that it is very much important in terms of minerals and fossils. Okay, the the fertile lava soil of the plateaus is favorable for cotton cultivation. So here the lava soil we are talking about in Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh, that entire soil is of lava soil. Later on in our third chapter, we will talk about the distribution of soil in India. So in that particular chapter, we will talk about all the kinds of soil present in India. So the lava soil is made up of lava. After volcanic eruption, once the lava comes outside on the plain surfaces, and it forms lava soil, and it is black in color, but it is very fertile in terms of cotton cultivation. And this entire Indian belt where the lava soil is present, that is very much fertile for cotton cultivation. The coastal plains are located on both the sides of southern plateau in the Peninsula India. These plains were formed by uh, by the many rivers originating from the Ghats and the sea activities. The rivers Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri, Narmada, etc., have formed wide plains in these valleys through erosion and deposition. So these are the main rivers. Some of the rivers are west flowing rivers, the rivers which are flowing in the mid, but ultimately those are going in Arabian Sea. Those are known as west flowing rivers, and the east flowing rivers are those rivers which are ultimately, after flowing, which are ultimately going in Bay of Bengal. So that entire mid area, or the area of South India, is related to these main perennial rivers, and different kinds of river activities are happening here, erosion, deposition. So that entire region is very fertile. Also, rice cultivation is one of the most important type of crop related activity which is happening in this particular peninsular plateau region. Agriculture is adversely affected in the inner region of the plateau because of scarcity and irregularity of rainfall, but the use of ancient means of water storage, developed means of irrigation, and developed scientific techniques of dry agriculture is slowly ending the dependence of agriculture or on rainfall. As a result, agriculture has increased as desired. Dense forests are found here in some regions. This region is also famous for spices besides rubber, tea, and coffee. The large amount of spices available in India had attracted the traders of West Asia and Europe right from the medieval period. Maximum tribal population resides in the hills of the forest of Vindhyachal, Satpura, Michael, Chota Nagpur, and Sihatri mountain ranges. So, this particular region is very much famous for spices. Actually, we are talking about this area from ancient times. Indians are importing spices from this region to the rest of the world. Okay, so it is very much famous for plantation also, rubber, tea, coffee. These all are plantation type of crops which are performed here in this particular plateau region. Is that clear? Okay. Now, island groups. The island groups of India lies in Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal. A group of 247 islands in the Bay of Bengal is known as Andaman Nicobar Island. That is very important thing, that Andaman and Nicobar group island is a group of 247 islands. That is very important, and that you have to keep in your mind. Okay, and it is located in Bay of Bengal. The northern groups in the Andaman Island and the southern group in the Nicobar Islands. So combinedly, it is a group of 247 islands. Okay. The only active volcano of the India is located on Ben Island of Andaman. The Indra Point in Nicobar is the southernmost tip of India. The group of 36 island in Arabian Sea is called Lakshadweep. That is also important, that Lakshadweep is located in Arabian Sea and it is a group of 36 islands and its capital is Kavarathi. Lakshadweep means group of 1 lakh islands. This island is famous from tourism point of view. So these all island groups are very much famous for tourism also. So today we are stopping this video here because if it will become little bit bigger, so it will make problem to upload. So right now I am stopping this, and we will continue our next topics or the contents which are left right now in our next video. Thank you.